Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is WhitePython1400 and today I'm going to show you how to build the fire bow, magma bow, whatever you want to call it, under Eisendrache. Let's get into it. The first step to upgrading any of the bows is of course claiming the Wrath of the Ancients. Now this is very similar to Mob of the Dead in the fact that you basically have to kill a guy, kill zombies right next to some kind of figure that will swallow them. This one does eat them faster than Mob of the Dead though, but it does take more souls. It takes a soul to, for one, activate it, and it takes 6 to 8 souls to just feed it alone, which is more than the Mob of the Dead one by quite a bit. Now again, you can kill these in any way. It literally just takes 7 or 8. And when you finally kill the last one, as you're about to see here, the dragon will simply go away. It'll just disintegrate right in front of you, as you see here. The next dragon location will be inside the church, as seen here. It'll be right above the fireplace right there. Now again, this is just going to require you to kill souls in it. None of these have anything special to do with them, but as you can see, I fill it up and then it goes away. And then the final location for the dragon head is simply going to be down the staircases right here in the undercroft, right here in front of me, right there on the wall. It's kind of like overlooking all of the bow pedestals area. And again, you're just simply going to kill zombies in front of it. As you see here, it'll take a few souls. It'll take 7 to 8, as I previously mentioned. And it's not very hard. As you can see here, it's just going to go away and disintegrate. And once you feed all 3 dragons, you're basically done. The only step now is to simply walk up here into the knight's tomb, and your bow is awaiting you right there, as you can see. Now that we've done that, let's get into the actual tutorial. Here we go. The first step to getting the fire bow is of course finding the arrow. You can do this at the very top of the clock tower just by climbing up these stairs, and you will see a little symbol on the wall. What you're going to do is basically just shoot it with your bow, and your arrow should just pop out, as you can see right there on the floor waiting for you. The next step is going to be coming down to the rocket pad. If you don't know how to do that, it's basically just a teleporter in the undercroft that you have to buy a door to get to. And what you're going to do is simply just wait for the rocket to test fire. This happens every like 10 to 15 minutes. It shouldn't be too hard to miss. You'll get a big warning. Again, guys, you do need to go inside the little launch bay area or you will die. This will kill you. You'll waste one of your quick revives, or you'll simply just die and the game will end. So what you're going to do is just come in here, try it around a little bit, and you're going to need to be wary of when the door will reopen. It takes like 15 to 20 seconds. You need to be wary of that because you are going to have to run out quite quickly so you can do the next step of this. Now the next step is just going to be waiting for this to finish its test, and then you're going to run out of this room as quickly as possible and you're going to shoot something. I'll show you what that is as soon as the rocket test is over with. So you can see you're just going to come out of here and there's a little glowing rock right there. You have to shoot this quite precisely, and if you miss, you will have a chance to hit it again, but you don't get very many chances, and if you miss too many times, you will have to wait for the rocket test again. So what you're going to do is just shoot it, and you'll know when you do this correctly because the little flame will just fly up to the map as you see there, and it'll just form a little ball up there. Now once you've done this, what you're going to do is look for 3 circles around the map, and you can only see these circles when you're in the Wonder Sphere machines, which are the things that launch you around the map. As you can see here, I'm going to show you one of these circles now. It's right there where my crosshair is. You saw where I shot a little bit. I just zoomed in so you guys can see it better, and you're basically going to try to shoot it. Try to shoot where I shot, and it shouldn't be that difficult to do, and you'll know when you did this right because the circle will be lit up. Now the next one is over here by the buildable location right above double tap. You're just going to jump and your circle is going to be right there on the ground, as you can see there. Again, you'll know that you did this correctly because it'll be lit up when you land. And finally, the last one's over here in the courtyard, and you're just going to aim over here in the corner because the one you're looking for is right there, right under the giant glowing ball that you guys have been looking for. Once you shoot all 3 circles with your bow successfully, which means all 3 circles are lit up, what you're going to do is basically fill these circles with zombie souls. You have to do this with each circle, and it takes about 10 to 15 souls. and you just have to stand within the circle and just kill zombies. Now, as long as you're in the circle, it doesn't really matter which amount of length away from the circle they are. You'll know when you did this correctly though, because the circle will stop firing. You'll hear like a click, 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 and once you do that, what you're going to do is simply just come back up to the clock tower and hit square on the little lever thing right here. You are going to get a symbol, kind of like the symbols for these swords in Shells of Evil. As you can see, I got mine there. And what you're going to do is there are going to be 3 fireplaces around the map that will have a symbol inside of them. They will all have symbols inside of them. What you're going to do is you're just going to match the symbol you found on the clock tower with the symbol in the fireplace. Now this symbol right here in this fireplace is actually really extremely hard to see, but it is the one that we got. It took me forever to figure this out, guys. You have no idea how long it took me. There are only 3 fireplaces, one in the church, one in Samantha's room, and one over there. And what you're just basically going to do is come over here and stand in one of the glowing circle. One of the circles will be glowing. You're going to stand in it, and you're going to basically just shoot your way to the fireplace. You only get like 3 shots, and each shot will connect to the other shot. So it's like connect the dots. And you're just going to do that all the way to the fireplace. You have 3 to 4 shots, and if you miss, you have to restart. Now, this is actually one of the harder ones because I have to basically go across most of the map, which is 3 shots. Again, I come over here to make sure and check to see if it's the right one because I'm not for sure, but there are only 3, and this is one of them. There's one for each circle area. So what you're again going to do is just come up here, and you're just going to connect the dots. You're going to shoot. And as you can see there, we actually shot it somewhere. And we're just going to come down and find our little fire spot so we can connect the dots and continue on to the fireplace. Now that we're doing that, you're just going to see I just shoot up here to the top of this doorway. If you shoot above the ground, it will just fall to the ground. So don't worry about that. It won't be in the sky or anything. And then you see I can just shoot it into the fireplace. Now once you do that, you're basically just going to hold square on the fireplace. It's not very difficult. You're just going to come over here, hold square. I die because I'm a big stupid. I'm dumb. Usually, sometimes you get a max ammo. I don't know. It's very weird when it comes to the max ammo. But as you can see, the arrow just disappears on the top left hand of my screen. I get an indicator that I did the step right. And now we can get to the last step. The last step is basically just coming up here to the middle section with the death ray and holding square on the magma ball that has actually lowered to the ground close enough. You'll get a nice looking cutscene. As you can see here, it's actually quite nice. The sun thing will explode, and your arrow will fall to the ground. It'll be reforged. And if you guys know what to do with reforged arrows, well, you're basically done. You guys know what to do next. It's basically just taking it down to the undercroft and placing it in your section. The section for this one is over here. It has the little orange circle. And again, what you're going to do is basically just kill zombies within this square area. You're collecting souls to the arrow. It's very similar to the staffs from Origins. You're just going to come over here and kill zombies that are in the square, as you can see here. Now this is quite easy. It's not very hard as long as you have your bow and you aren't very careful with your shots. You shouldn't really have too many problems, though it does get kind of tight, especially if you're trying to make sure every kill is a soul kill. Don't really worry about that. Just worry about survivability, because of course surviving is way more important than just filling up this bow, especially if you don't have quick revive or something like that. So what you're again just going to do is just kill zombies in here. It doesn't matter what you do. You could do it with a melee attack, you could do it with a gun, you can do it with a bomb, you can do it with your bow. It doesn't matter. But once you are done, your arrow will be full up, and you can just come over here to it and hit square. It'll make a nice effect. Your bow will pop out, and there you go. You have now built the fire bow. Good job, guys. Congratulations. Now, instead of doing a normal outro, I'm just going to update you on my channel right now, because things are going to be a little bit confusing over the next week or so. On my main channel, Nick Redemption, if you guys didn't know, I'm working on a very large video, which means that this channel may be a little bit harder to upload. So uploads may be a little bit spotty over here, and I am sorry for that. Another thing, I have a challenge video coming out tomorrow. It was meant to come out Tuesday, but we did stuff, and I wasn't able to get it out. It is coming out tomorrow for you guys, don't worry. There should still be a Saturday video, though I am not for sure, because tomorrow I also have an AP exam. I have basically 3 of those next week, which is why things are going to be very spotty, as well as a large video on the main channel. And of course, we have the fact that I am going to be traveling the next week, which is just very stressful, all things considered. So I will try to keep this video updated at least twice a week. I'm hoping to be able to do 3 times a week, but I'm not for sure, guys. And I hope you understand. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, maybe subscribe. This is WhitePython1400 signing out. Goodbye.
You monsters underestimate angry Russian. Until I stop, I am unstoppable. Double points. My earning power is double that of what I am used to. Die in my fire. It is all you deserve. I will deal with you all in time. No! Mechanical helping is back! We must break steel helping head! The rocks will mark your grave. I burn your very heart! Nikolai does not appreciate your touch. There will be purpose for this. Of that, Nikolai is certain.